Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be a part of the Rest and Refresh blog hop with Simon Says Stamp, and I have a couple of fun projects that I've created using the Hexagon element die from the Rest and Refresh release. So let's dive right into card number 1. Okay, so I'm going to do a little ink blending, but I only need to cover the area that's behind this die. So I don't need to cover the whole panel. You don't need to do more work than you need to do. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm using the die to kind of eyeball it. And I'm starting with my Distress Oxide inks in Candied Apple, Spice Marmalade, and then a little squeezed lemonade. Going for some warm tones for the warm weather. It's been really warm here in Illinois. Lots of rain, lots of sun, some tornadoes, a little bit of flooding, but it's all good. And the grass is so green and the flowers are in bloom. When you walk outside, it just like smacks you in the face, the smell of lilacs, and it's just gorgeous. So while I was blabbing away, I flicked on some flicks of water. Now I'm going to flick on, I smushed the Candied Apple Distress Oxide onto an acrylic block. I pick it up with a wet brush, just water, and flicking that over the red ink blending. Now I'm doing the same thing with the squeezed lemonade, and I'm flicking that on over the yellow parts, just for some flicky happiness. You know what I mean? Texture. Now take that die cut, the Hexagon element die cut that right into the ink blended panel, and everything, look at this, it all stayed intact, which is what I wanted. And then I'm taking the magic secret weapon, the press and seal, and I'm going to hold this whole thing together. And I don't know if anybody doesn't know this or not, but Jennifer McGuire's husband invented press and seal. And I have to say that because in case there's someone who didn't know, you need to know that. You know, if they ever come out with a card making trivia game, I'm 100% sure that question should be on it. Okay, now you know. The secret weapon to card making is press and seal, and Ken McGuire invented it. Now, I went ahead and die cutted the Hexagon element into some gold metallic cardstock. I'm only going to use this part of it. The innards are going to be used on the second card. Now, on my white panel here, I wanted some black flicks. You know, I'm keeping with the flicky theme, so I took Pinkfresh Studio liquid watercolors in the color Licorice. And I flicked on some black, just a little bit, just a smidge. I'm taking my Elmer spray adhesive to put a little adhesive behind that Hexagon die cut because it is very intricate and I don't want to mess around. You know what I mean? And then now a little foam tape on the back of each one of these little ink blended hexagons. And I'm not going to lie, it's tedious cutting all these little pieces and putting them on, but I just get giddy just thinking about it, how it's all going to come together. Makes my heart go pitter-patter. I don't know about you. So you remove all the backing, flip this over. It's all held together with the press and seal. Line it up. It's easy peasy. You can see right through. You line it up. And then you just tap it, and you give it a little rub-a-dubba. Pull back the press and seal. Bada boom. Now I'm going to take that ink blended hexagon. We don't need that because we want the gold one to pop through. And the gold one is adhered to the base, but the hexagons are popped up. So you get that differentiation of dimension, and it's like pa-pow. Then I popped that panel up onto a fog panel. I went off camera, went ahead and did the sentiment. It's from the Hex Yeah stamp set by Kathy Zilski, which I love, and this card is finished. Now we're moving on to card number 2. More hexagon elements. Like I just can't get enough of them. I die cut 4 out of white cardstock. Again, I'm using my Elmer spray adhesive to adhere all of these together. So we'll have a nice dimensional hexagonal die cut. So spray adhesive is the way to go if you ask me. I always save my boxes and I use one to spray in to try to contain it. And I know I should probably go outside when I use this spray adhesive. I probably should have better ventilation and all that jazz, but I don't because I'm too lazy. And I'm on video. I'm not going to lug the camera out there. You know what I mean? Who's kidding who? And if I'm being completely honest with you, I actually love the smell of the spray adhesive. I do. And I know that's not good, but I do. And when I was in college, I did a lot of oil painting. I walk into the art studio and the smell of turpentine was so strong and I loved it. I also love the smell of gasoline. And you know, one of my favorite is the paint markers. You ever smelled a paint marker? Man, they got the best smell. Am I weird? Does anybody else share this same love of these smells? I don't know what it is. Something, don't know what it is, but it is. So I took those innards, those gold metallic hexagons from the first card, popped a few of those inside, and then for the sentiment, I went ahead and die cut the Big Friend word die. I did that word in white, the outline in black. Here's another trivia thing that you need to know. The dot on the I is called the tittle. Yeah, that's another one I learned in card making. So you'll need to know that if they ever come out with a card making Trivial Pursuit. Ken McGuire and tittle, two things. Now to finish the card off, I adhered a few sparkling clear sequins by Pretty Pink Posh here and there with some glossy accents, and this card is finished. So you got two here. I kind of think it's like a twofer, you know, because I used one part for the one and the other part for the other. You know, I'm being thrifty. Thrifty and nifty is what it's all about. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure and check out the Rest and Refresh blog hop. There's 2 days, day 1, day 2. Check out the new release. You're going to love it. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.